Hello, welcome everyone to DietTouch Online. In our last video on the same topic, 4 levels of association, we were able to estray the level 1, which is relationship, and then the level 2, which is dating. Before we move over to the next level, I would like to make a little review on that level 2, which is dating. When you reasonably date a guy with this format, you deny him that authority and power to lord over you. He sees himself as a friend who is trying to make a self-expression around you and trying to convince you into a lifetime partnership with him. And so he recognizes your rights as an individual, and he applies every demands of courtesy in dealing with you. You do not owe him anything, and he knows about that. Be very confident and consistent with this level until you are rest assured that you've found out all you need to know about him and feel safe to continue and step into the next level. Most times, unnecessary attachment at this level builds you up into unnecessary emotions. Unnecessary involvement at this level has a way of robbing you your power of empathy, handing over to you a weakness called pity. You find it very difficult to detach from him or from her because of the length and height of engagement and attachment you've sustained, even when you know too well that he or she is not the right partner for you. There is a common mistake ladies make. Ladies get serious about dating when they feel they are ready for marriage. You know, dating isn't designed exclusively for marital purposes. Rather, you are dating him or her to discover and explore him or her. It is not a time to exploit each other. Rather, it is a time to explore and discover each other's weakness and strength. Dating is a deliberate and conscious arrangement by two persons or a group of people for the purpose of exploring, bonding, and networking with each other. Marriage should not be the reason for you to start dating. We have business dates, hangout, group dates like picnic, and the rest of those. Ignorantly, you pick one guy or accept one guy into your life and tag him your date or your boyfriend, or you say you are in a relationship with one person. It is ignorant to say that you are in a relationship with one person. What happens to your mom? What happened to your dad? What happened to your siblings and the rest of your community member? What happened to your colleague in office and every other person within your circle of relationship? It may interest you to know that a lot of guys approach ladies for relationship for the sake of sexual satisfaction. So instead of calling it a relationship, why don't you call it a date? Of course, nobody stops you from having sex. You can fix a set date with somebody. Just like, for instance, when you meet a prostitute in a hotel, that act is actually called dating. It is a dating for sexual activity because you had an arrangement, you had a venue, you had a timing. Limiting yourself to one guy just for the sake of sexual satisfaction, companionship, and financial support is more like risking your chances of finding a suitable husband for yourself, because the years you commit into being in what you mistakenly called relationship should have been the time and years you would have dated a couple of men to discover who you should settle with. Imagine you are in a class with a guy and you both are in the same school and in the same class. The guy approaches you and start telling you, I want us to be friends, or I want us to be in a relationship. Man, what does that mean? You want us to be friends, you want us to be in a relationship. What have we been in? By the virtue of being in the same class and being in the same school, we've been in relationship. We've been relating with each other. There has been a specific and a common purpose that tied us together, and that is academics. And that is enough as a relationship. If you want anything from me, spell it out. Let's fix a date for it. Do not tie me to yourself or brand me with your picture and your name and control me and lord over me, because of the name called girlfriend or boyfriend. By the virtue of being in the same academic environment, we are already in association, and that level of association is a relationship. So there is a relationship already existing between you and I for being in the same school or in the same class or even in the same neighborhood. If you want a more personal association, then you can fix a date. The only proposal a guy should make during dates should be business proposal, marriage proposal, and other forms of collaborations. Already by reason of being in the same neighborhood, being in the same office, or in the same school, you guys have an established relationship. Then you asked her out for a private and a personal time together, which is defined as dating. So those are not enough to label her with your personal emblem and limiting her from associating with every other guy around her. So ladies, it's very inappropriate for a guy who is in the same class, in the same office, in the same neighborhood with you to ask you for a relationship. Stuff like, I want us to be in a relationship. I like you. I love you. It is an indication that the guy do not understand what relationship is all about. A guy who has always been around in your circle of association as per relationship, maybe official relationship, business relationship in the same community or in the same school, should have taken a personal and a distant time to study and know you, then have the confidence to ask you out on dates. By this, there is no promise or attachment established, and you do not owe him sex. And at the same time, for a guy, you do not owe any lady financial support. It is possible to know him or her on 1 or 2 dates by asking critical and specific questions. Following this dating format, do not allow a guy to ask you questions like, who was the guy you were standing out with? Where were you when I called you? Why didn't you pick my call? And all sort of those kind of questions that suggest that a guy is lording over you or controlling your affairs. Same with a lady. As a guy, having this kind of pattern of dating limits a lady from asking you and having this sense of entitlement to your financial assistance and support to her. For a guy, you can choose to delay making marriage proposal, yet you can fix dates as multiple times as possible. Same goes with a lady. You can choose to delay accepting a marriage proposal from a guy. However, this happens when you are not very certain or clear about this person that you are about having a lifetime issue with. At this very level, you are very, very, very free to relate with every other people who are still in your circle of friendship, in your circle of relationship. You are free to relate with as many of them. You are not accountable to him or to her. You are not even accountable to anybody. So you can easily walk away from him or from her when you see red flags without a sense of heartbreak or breakup. The whole story will be that you just suddenly became unavailable for dates and hangouts, and that's it. I want to drift a little and talk about love. This word called love, because this is almost what men use when they want to get you down and tie you down to themselves and label you, like give you an emblem with their name and with their picture, and then will be like, this person is Chijoke's babe. They are in a relationship. Wow, what kind of mentality is that? You know, you're already in a relationship with him by being around. Even if it's somebody you have not met for the first time, maybe you met on social media or anywhere, you have to carve the person into your circle of relationship with a purpose. Find out what the person likes. If the person is a music type, okay, now make music proposals. Find out time to create. If you have a team or a band, you can bring the person into the band and you relate with this person, and that's it. Or you can be chatting online and find specific topic and discourse, so that you can build safety, you can build that relationship, you can build that relationship. So after that level, you can now go out on dates. Do you understand? Dates to meet each other for a better way of exploring each other and finding out if it is safe, knowing each other better. So at this level, you do not owe him or her anything, you do not owe him or her anything. So at this particular level, at this particular and specific level, it's just dating. A lot of people started having huge commitment at this level. Even if there is kind of sexual involvement, that doesn't mean you are his or she is yours. So you don't just find a way and start commanding a girl or expecting a guy to fund you at this level or to get into serious commitment. If anybody wants to do that, it's kind of willful something. Is his or her decision to do so, not because the person owes you. There is no obligation there, So now we talk about love. Love is an obligation that every human being owes the other. So it is not a one-man thing. You understand? It's not a one-person thing. It's not something you say, I love her, I love him. And that's the reason why you'll be tied down to one person. And then you guys, will be flowing and be having a lot of commitment and a lot of attachment. Then later along the line, when you see red flags or him sees red flags, any of the two that observes first the red flags might choose to back out and, find his or her route. Then this will be interpreted as breakup and heartbreaks. That's the reason for unnecessary heartbreaks. So we talk about love. Yes, you have love for somebody, that is an obligation you owe everybody. So you find out if it's love, if eventually what you are feeling for this person, you feel it for every other person. Because love should be what you feel for every human being on earth. Yes, love is God's standard for living. Love is God's unique standard for interpersonal association. So you should love everybody. So there are clear difference between love and attraction. So when you are attracted to somebody, the way the person speaks, the things the person do, how he or she looks, you don't call it love. It's attraction. And attraction is also good. It is a unique virtue. It's an ingredient is needed. So already you love this person even before knowing the person. Love is the check in your heart. Love doesn't allow you to steal from him. Love doesn't allow you to rob her. Love doesn't allow you to harm him or harm her unnecessarily. Love is that check within you that allows you to treat people just the way you should treat yourself. I don't think we can exhaust this very topic on this video. There is huge demand for another video. So because I want to take my time and clear us on this very specific topic. Remember, we're talking about 4 levels of association, and then we've talked about relationship, and I've tried to explain relationship for you. Everybody is in a relationship. So when they ask you question, are you in a relationship? You said yes. So because there are levels of relationship, except you have to ask this person, can you define this type of relationship? Are you in an erotic and romantic relationship with anybody? You can choose to answer. So a lot of people can build that erotic and romantic relationship, but it is very baseless. It's stupidity to do so. You understand? It's stupidity to build strong bond just exclusively for sex and romance. So you are on a filial type of relationship with your family members, your immediate and extended family. You are also on a kind of official kind of relationship with your colleagues in the office, you are in a kind of business relationship with them as well. And also those for the market women and for business ladies and guys, you are in a business kind of relationship with this set of people. So everybody on earth is in a relationship. So relationship is just the basic platform for interpersonal association. I repeat again, relationship is defined as the basic platform for interpersonal association. It is not what you feel or what you think. If sex is just your problem, you can fix sex date from your circle of relationship. Do it and you are okay. Do not, in the name of what you called relationship, tie down a lady, or do not, in that name of what you called relationship, get excessive involvement and control over a guy or lady, which will later end up into heartbreak. As a student, you put yourself in a situation where you owe someone a phone call. You must call in the morning, you call in the afternoon, you call in the evening. If you do not do so, it turns out that you are going against your relationship. By right, it's not supposed to be so. You're not supposed to owe anyone call. You're not supposed to owe anyone text message. Most times you'll be online, they say you've been online and you do not wish to chat me, do you understand? Okay, so that's stupidity. It's more like a distraction. It's more like a distraction. So you are going to feel heartbroken when this guy finds out what he's looking for, or when the girl himself, when you as a lady find out what you're looking for as well. So you part ways. So tomorrow you say you don't believe in love. Why won't you believe in love? You believe in love because you've been practicing love. If you have seen an avenue to hurt another person and you decided not to, if you have seen someone's phone and you didn't pick it, if you have treated people just the way you treat yourself, that's love. That's the true definition of love. So believe in love because love exists.